else do. We're creating a community of people that are wanting to better their lives. They're wanting to create success in their life, and they're wanting to learn how to achieve. And once they learn how to achieve success and create the success mindset, they want to give back to other people. Does that make sense? Is that something that everybody here wants to do? I know all my kids over there want to do it. They're very excited. So those are the little ones. So what we've created, and since we can't put it on the board, I'm going to just kind of read this part to you because you can't see it. I was hoping you did see it, but we're kind of technically inclined today. So our community has 3 aspects to it. Authenticity, commitment, and growth. And all of the members of our community, we're asking them, if they want to be members, the people that we're going to grow with, we want to know that we can trust them. We want to know they have integrity, right? You don't want to work or build a relationship with someone that lacks integrity. It's a bad thing. So we're asking that everybody in our community always speaks the truth. Speak from your heart, be honest. Don't worry about offending somebody. Just be honest with them. Because if you don't give honesty, then you end up with problems. You're hurting that person because you're not giving them the truth. Some people want to protect feelings, and it's not. I get protecting feelings, but when you protect someone's feelings, you also hurt them in other areas of their life. Keep your word. If you say you're going to do something, stick to your word and do it. Some people. We got James Albright in the building. He's sick today, and he made a commitment to be here today, and he still came, even though he's having a hard time. Exemplify kindness and compassion. So when you meet somebody, even if someone is in your face and they're just a rude individual, we all meet people like that. What we try to do is we try to overwhelm them with kindness. It's very difficult for someone to be mean to you or to treat you in a bad way when you're kind to them. I actually watched the video of this guy who was teaching at a school, and he's teaching the children. He's like, listen, if someone's trying to bully you, let me teach you how to stop that from happening. Let me teach you a way that they won't be able to bully you. So he let the bulliest bully in the whole building, gets up, they're on the stage, and he's like, go ahead, make fun of me, pick on me, gave him a mic. And the bully kept trying to say mean things. And he's like, you're right. I am kind of insecure. I really appreciate you telling me that. You're really awesome. I really like you. And the bully's like, thank you. Wait, no. And so it's very difficult to be mean to somebody that's being kind to you. It's human nature. So we want to exemplify kindness and compassion. We want to show that we care. We want to go the extra mile. We want to give more than people expect. And when you do that, it shows the type of character you have, and it shows people that there are good people in this world. And a big thing that we're trying to strive for is serving others. So, you can have some water.
He's just speaking his truth.
That's right. Growth. So this is a key element to what we do, because we're trying to educate and raise people up and make people better. We're not in competition with each other. I have really good friends that started out as my competition, but in my mind, they were never my competition. We met, we were doing nightlife, interestingly enough, and they had the party over here, and they were doing Friday nights, and they were packed. And I was doing Thursday nights, and I was packed. And I took over the Thursday night at their venue and switched my Thursday night to Friday night. And I explained to them, I said, hey, I want to partner with you guys. I'll do a 50-50 split with you. But if you guys don't want to do it, I'm telling you, people aren't going to come here on Friday when they're coming here on Thursday. And you're going to lose your crowd. And I don't want to do that to you. I want to work with you. And they're like, no, we got this, we got this. And so, first week, their whole crowd went down from 500-600 people to 150 people. Next week, they were down to 40 people. And it's just pure math. It's, if you got the college crowd and you're here on the same location, and they're going here on Thursday, and now you switch to Friday, and then they're going to go here Thursday, because they don't want to go to the same place twice. So we did the math, and they realized later, when they started showing up at my parties every week, they realized that they should have took the deal. Ultimately, I sat down with them. I said, look, I still want to work with you guys. I still want to offer you the same deal. So I brought them in. Didn't have to. Brought them in 50-50. And ever since then, we've been best friends and building and growing. We've started many companies together, and life has been great. But most people would look at it like, you're my competition. I'm not going to help you raise up. And when you do that, all you're doing is creating another person that's against you versus a person that helps you. So that's kind of one of the big things we want to do is we want to raise people up, and so that's where growth comes in. be a student of life. There's a study, there are nuns, there are 80 and 90-year-old nuns, and they did a study on these nuns. They said, why are these nuns so youthful and so young looking and living to be so old? And their minds are so clear. And so they did a study, and what they found is there's two reasons. One, their faith and their worship. That was the first reason. Then the other reason that they found was they were students of life. They were constantly learning every single day. And these nuns, they said, you know what? Because we're learning, it didn't just add to our number of years and how youthful we are, but it added to our life. It added the value and what we could give back to the world. And so we want to be students of life. And we want to stay positive. When you're positive, it's a different mindset. When you're negative, it's a whole other mindset. And we're actually going to get into that. I'm going to show you guys some videos and stuff and show you what happens when you're negative and show you what happens when you're positive and how the mind affects you. And then the last thing we want to do is exercise gratitude. Because you can't find joy, you can't find happiness unless you're grateful. A lot of people think, what is the key to being happy? How can I become a happy person? How can I find satisfaction in life? And I always tell them, like, well, what do you think it is? And they're like, I don't know. Gratefulness. Because every time you've ever been happy, it's been when you were grateful. So, for example, you're standing in the bar, you're having a drink, you look across the bar and you see a young lady or a young man, and in your mind you're like, man, I wish they would come talk to me, or I wish I could talk to them, right? And as soon as that person comes over and says, hey, you're cute, right? All of a sudden you're very happy, you feel great. But what's really inside of you that's happening? The thing that's inside of you is you're feeling grateful for that moment. And if you look and reflect on your whole life, every time that you found joy or happiness, what was it that was inside of you? It was gratefulness. So these are the core commitments that we want in our community.